Jai Shri Ram. This is a summary of this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which I made long ago. And it's a wonderful book. And the most important thing in this book is the time management matrix, the time management grid, which completely changed my life. So, I'll just run you through this small summary. Now this questionnaire, the quiz is there. I get angry in traffic. When I see someone I want to know, I approach him or her without hesitation. Well, the whole questionnaire, you can take a screenshot and work it out yourself. It's about being proactive and reactive. Okay. Now, proactive people are those who anticipate the future and prepare now in order to adequately meet that future. That's the definition. Reactive are people who live in their comfort zone. They don't like change. They're emotional. They will oppose change. These are losers. They are always complaining. Proactive people don't waste their time complaining because they take everything in their stride. They are goal driven. They keep moving. They anticipate future and prepare accordingly now. So that's a very wonderful concept, proactive and reactive. And then let's look at the main theme. So, well, the main theme, a lot of interesting ideas are there. Okay, let's leave it there. So if you look at this interdependence, dependence, from dependence to private victory, from private victory to independence, public victory and interdependence. That is well said. In fact, Hinduism recognizes this, that we are all interdependent. That is why Hinduism is so tolerant and universally accepting, universal acceptance, so accepting. We understood this idea long ago. So for the private victory, Covey suggests that we must put first things first. Our priorities must be clear, begin with the end in mind and be proactive. And then public victory, synergizing, right, uniting. That is why every Hindu should join RSS. Only then you can seriously synergize. Next, to seek first to understand, then to be understood. That's very simple and wonderful principle. Think win-win. Yeah, Hindus by nature think win-win. The influence of these desert cults have made many of us become a little mean and we think win-lose all the time. That's not good. So, and sharpening the saw. That's a very simple principle. That means constantly upgrading. The Japanese word is Kaizen. K-A-I-Z-A-N. Kaizen. Constant learning, constant improvement. That's what I'm doing by making these videos. I know most people don't watch this, don't really care. But I too don't care. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm making sure that I don't forget what I learned, because someday I'll be on the world stage and then I will rock the world. Now this is Stephen R. Covey's time management matrix. So simple and so wonderful, life-changing it is. So he made this, you create a grid, 4 quadrants are there. Urgent, not urgent, important, not important. Urgent and important, we have to do it. I have to take a class. I have to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the evening. So you have to do it. Deadline driven work. So that's okay. But how much you are going to earn and how much success are you going to really get will depend on the quality of work you do in this quadrant. And let us call that quadrant 1. I don't know what number he gave. But the next one, not urgent and important. This is the most important quadrant of our lives. Because something is not urgent but very important, because it's not urgent, we tend to postpone. We tend to be complacent. For example, not researching, not updating your knowledge on your area, on your profession. For example, as a teacher, as a GRE verbal teacher, as a Bhagavad Gita preacher, I can sit back. But I don't do that. I constantly read, make notes, make videos, make audios, listen to myself, upgrade myself constantly. There's no urgency. I can actually sit back. But then that will damage the quality of my work in the first quadrant. This is where we all miss out. Simply because there is no pressure, we don't do work which actually will improve the quality of the work in the quadrant 1. This is a problem with every professional I see. Complacency. So exercise, learning, planning, all these things. And urgent but not important. This most people don't delegate. Most people don't even know how to delegate. They're worried because if they delegate, they feel they'll lose their power. This is foolish. In fact, I don't do anything that someone else can do. This has been a rule in my life. As a result, some people hate me also, but it doesn't matter. Because, for example, Virat Kohli should bat. If you give Virat Kohli other responsibilities, then his batting will deteriorate. So, focus only on your strengths. And if someone else can do anything, then let that person do it. You must do only that thing which nobody can do. If that is how you live your life, then you can spend more time on that quadrant too. And go on enhancing your knowledge. Only then you can get an Olympic gold medal. Only then you can become a world champion. Delegate all work which can be done by others and do only that which no one can do. Tendulkarize yourself. Kohliize yourself. And then the last one, not urgent, not important. All these time wasters and distractions, birthday parties, going to marriages, small talk, exchanging pleasantries, and unnecessary confabulation, small talk, parties, and God knows what kind of crap people indulge in. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, God knows. That is why most people are losers in life. Remember, every child is a born genius, but most of us don't achieve anything because we are wasting all our time. Now, this is the page 2 of the summary I made. So let me go closer. Move from dependence to independence and then to interdependence. Paradigm, like a map. Character ethic versus personality ethic. So character ethic is more important. Paradigm shifts and breakthroughs. We carry two mental maps inside ourselves. The way things are and the way they should be. So different paradigms, different agendas affect how we interpret. Are you aware of your paradigms? So effectiveness. And here he constantly talked about not killing the goose. The story of that goose that was laying the golden eggs. That fool tried to kill the goose thinking that there will be a lot of golden eggs. So don't kill the goose is one message. So being proactive. Choosing our response rather than reacting blindly. So you can read that very nicely. Proactive people are highly responsible. And reactive people are emotional. They get swept away. And then the next one. Begin with the end in mind. A frame of reference, criterion. I think, you must have a clear goal on what you want to achieve in life. Without that, then you're lost. And then what is the third one? Put first things first. This is the time management matrix just now we discussed. So, and then interdependence is like an emotional bank account. Make deposits as well as empty overdrawn account leads to tensions. I wrote there. I owe you, Godfather style. If you have read Godfather, Mario Puzo's novel. Keep doing favors. Keep doing favors. Always keep doing favors. And when you want them to do a favor, they cannot say no to you. So personal integrity anyway is essential. And so this is think win-win. Fifth is seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. Sharpening the saw. That's important. Regular physical exercise and keep a library. Continuously read on your subject. Have a mastermind alliance. Associate only with people who are thoroughly professional. This is my third page or the summary which I made. I don't want to read it. So we have already discussed the essence of the whole book anyway. So invest in yourself. Don't waste time. You will be killing the goose. This is the last page of my pamphlet. This picture now, there's an old woman and a young girl. It depends on how you see it. So this is an old thing which every soft skill trainer will tell you. It all depends on your perception. What looks like difficulty is an opportunity. What do they say? An optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty, while the pessimist sees difficulties in every opportunity. The Pygmalion effect is a concept where by praising anybody, you will change that person, because then that person will try to live up to your praise. There's an old story. Pygmalion was a Greek sculptor who carved a beautiful statue, fell in love, and the gods infused life into that statue, and he married her. and he lived happily ever after. Basically, it means that if you praise people honestly, they will try to live up to it, and that is how you can change people. So make sure that you compliment people all the time. Okay. Then what else? We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is therefore not an act, it is a habit. So today I'll begin a new life. I'll greet this. This is Og Mandino, I think. Og Mandino, yes. The Og Mandino's book, The Greatest Salesman in the World. Og Mandino. I just added that there for extra effect. Today I'll begin a new life. I'll greet this day with love in my heart. I'll persist till I succeed. I am nature's greatest miracle. I'll live this day as if it's my last. Today I'll be master of my emotions. I'll laugh at the world. Today I'll multiply my value 100-fold. I'll act now. I'll pray for guidance. Og Mandino's book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, you must read it. It changed my thinking and my life. Og Mandino was a guy who was once at one time such a hopeless alcoholic he wanted to commit suicide. And I don't know what happened. He gave up that idea and wrote this book, and it changed lives of millions of people. If you have not read it, please do read it. The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. So Stephen R. Covey is basically very Hindu oriented. He's inspired by the Bhagavad Gita also. So he says, people be principle centered. People are friend centered, enemy centered, money centered, family centered, work centered, religion centered. Identify your center. Be principle centered, which means be dharmic. I am dharma centered. Okay. So that ends our summary. So this is the book. 15 million copies sold. It's a wonderful book. I think every kid should read this. Every school kid. Please give it to them. Let them read.